Hey everybody, Kyle Metzger here, back at you today. And I just want to do a quick video. I'm prepping for the Open and going through all my gear. I want to do this video on safety equipment. I know we don't talk about it a lot, but it is required for every tournament, but it's even required just to have your boat out on the water. So I want to go through, show you what's required, what I keep on my boat, some extra stuff that just helps me out tournament fishing and keeps me safe and prepared for whatever happens out there. Stay tuned. I'm going to show you what all I got in my boat. So if you're wondering what you need for your boat, this is a really great app from the U.S. Coast Guard. It's got an emergency assistance number down here. It's got some hazards. It's got all kinds of things that you can use. If you click the top right and you actually type in your vessel length, again, most bass boats 20-21 feet, you can scroll down and we have a gas outboard engine. We'll select that and then hit required equipment, and it's going to tell you exactly what we need. Our state registration, our state numbering. So up on the front, our numbers. We've got our life jackets, our throwable we talked about, our visual distress, which is our flares, our fire extinguisher, our horn, nav lights like required every morning we take off, and then there's a couple other things that we don't have on the boat. But that's a really simple app that you can just download for free, and it tells you everything you need for your boat. All right, so when we're talking about safety equipment, first thing everybody thinks about is your life jacket. Most bass guys and girls out there, this is our go-to, right? The inflatable life jacket. These work great. I wear one 90% of the time. The only thing with these is they can go bad. There's a little indicator in there. This one's real easy to see from Mustang. It's green or red. This one's in the green. It's good to go. Be sure to check that regularly. Sometimes they go bad. If you do have the inflatable on board, just know you are required to have this unless you wear that all the time, but just keep an extra one on board. I got 2 or 3 in there in different sizes, and that's for co-anglers or somebody shows up the ramp and they're always like, oh, I don't have my life jacket. I can just throw them a life jacket and they're safe for the day and they can keep competing. So life jackets, those got you covered. All right, so the next thing we're gonna talk about, Type 4. This is just a throwable life cushion. It's got a Coast Guard approval rating. There's no rips, no tears. Keep it out on deck. Nice and handy to get to in case you see somebody fall overboard, you can just throw it right to them. Also, what we wanna keep on board is flares. Now you can look in your state and federal laws and know that some places you might not need them, some places you do need them. If you're out on the water and you got flares or you see a flare go up in the sky, everybody, the first thing they think of is danger or distress. So we're gonna keep these on board. It's cheap to keep them and they're really convenient. The biggest thing is, even on the back of the package here, it says expiration date. You just move them around and look for the expiration date right there printed, and these are good till January of 27. For 30, 35 bucks, I'm covered for years. Keep them down in there out of the elements, and I'm safe with those. All right, so our fire extinguisher, right? Pretty simple. This one's got a green tab, required on board. I've actually got 2 of them down in there. This Phoenix has got a ton of extra storage. I keep them next to my co-angler in case something goes wrong. They can grab one real quick and spray it at the outboard, or you can give it off to somebody again that may need it on the water. Real handy. They last a while. Sometimes they'll rust at the bottom, but this one's in good shape and it's a couple years old. Just pick up 1 or 2 and keep it on board. Talk about our sound producing device. Again, everybody's got a nice new bass boat nowadays, and their horn works perfectly. That's all you need for a sound producing device. You can't yell or whistle really loud. It has to be something that produces sound. A backup to that is a couple dollar whistle I hooked to my keychain. I like the whistle because we're on the water and electronics always go bad, or wiring or a fuse or something. Boom, you got a whistle right there in case your horn doesn't work. That's just what I do. Talked about all of our safety equipment that's required by law. I'm gonna show you a few things I like to keep on my boat. First off, right here in my center console, I got my puppers out in the garage with me today, but in my center console right here, I keep a lot of my fishing licenses for all the states we go to, my registration, my trailer registration, my insurance card that's required because we've seen some hiccups with insurance out there. I keep it taped right there, all nice. It stays in this bag and is good for the season. Goggles for running in the morning, super handy. I keep 3 different glasses for different light conditions, such like that. But this is the main go-to right here. I just keep it right there, nice and handy. A lot of boats have this center console, and you can put a lot of good stuff right there. Some of the other stuff I like to keep, I've had people make fun of me for, but this big golf umbrella I keep in here stowed away. I got a little mount for it that I can get underneath. I can just put it right here in the center. Sit under it for a little while if the weather gets too bad. Another thing is all my first aid equipment I keep in bags down here so it's nice and waterproof and out of the elements. I keep all kinds of stuff. My wife being a PA, she keeps it stocked up with everything I need. A basic first aid kit is really good. And then also I keep one of these up here. On top of more safety equipment, we've got our angler aid. These are really cool equipment packs that come pre-packaged, and these things are also stocked up. So give them, if I can open up the box here, give them a look. I mean, I've got flashlights and tapes and whole guide in here, some paracord, a little bit of everything, thermometer. So they're a really cool package too, on top of what I already keep over there. The more the better on the water. You never know what you're gonna run into. All right, so let's talk about our rain gear, right? I keep 2 different sets of AFCO rain gear, and I keep them in these cooler bags because they zip up nice and they fit in the compartments really well. I got my heavy weather one. I've got my warm weather one. Again, they're nice and protected. I keep spare goggles, a towel, more life jackets, toolbox, some extra baits. In the back, I've got a spare set of clothes and a dry bag. I got my warm weather gear here. Again, gloves, beanies, such like that. Just fits down in there. I keep so much extra stuff. I don't want to get out there and need something or be cold. Or if I or my partner falls in, we can just towel off, and I've got spare shirt, pants, everything like that back there, and we can just keep fishing. So that's really what I like to have on my boat. Again, the required safety equipment is a must-have for fishing all your tournaments. And then the extra stuff is just a luxury item. It's really convenient. It fits in there really well, and that's what I keep on my boat. So if you see anything that you keep extra that might help somebody out in a tournament, drop a comment below. Thanks for watching, and be sure to stay safe on the water this summer.